Hi everyone. How is everybody doing? I'm just, as always, trying to make sure that this is up on my page so I can follow along with you guys. This is a little bit crooked. I don't know if I should bother to try and fix it. We'll try a little bit here. I hope you guys don't mind. Just let me know if you're here and I will know that it's working on your end. That's a little bit straighter. And then we can get started. I see that there's a couple people here. I just don't see who yet, but that's okay. At least I can see that there's some people, so it's working for you guys. I have the project I'm going to make here tonight, so hopefully you guys are interested in seeing this. I apologize, there's a bit of a glare here, but I'm trying to give you guys better lighting than I had yesterday, so hopefully that's not too annoying. I'll put the card there and then that will help eliminate some of the glare that we've got. So before I forget, so that we don't get, hi Ramona, so that we don't get halfway through and then I remember, if you guys would like to share, just make sure that you come back and comment that you did so that I know you know to include you in the draw. I was looking back through the videos last night so that I can get caught up on giving the giveaways for the draws for sharing and the creative challenges. I will actually give you guys a creative challenge with this one too. Hi, Linda. But yeah, if you want to share and then come back and comment, I welcome you to do that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. So I'm going to make this with the brushed bouquet dies. I'll show you guys those, and mostly retiring product tonight. So with a little bit of a sneak peek at some returning product. So the Berry Bears cardstock, Lemon Lime Twist cardstock, and the Bubblegum is what this one is called. So that's a new color that's coming out. And then I actually decorated the inside as well. So we've got a little bit in there, and then I pulled in the Coastal Cabana. So hopefully you guys don't mind hanging around while I decorate the inside. Oh, thank you. Somebody loved that. So that's nice of you. All right. So also you can still get in on the retiring products. I listed the retiring products in the description of the video with the product number and the price in case you guys are interested in those so that it's easy to find the information. And I'll also mention them while we're going here tonight too. And then also, if you guys don't mind telling me if the glare is too annoying for one, and if the lighting is better without having my shadow cast over the project than how it was yesterday. All right. There's also a sneak peek. Thank you. I'll show you what stamp set that is from, and that's from one of the upcoming stamp sets. Okay, before we get started, I do have to show you guys, I think some of you have seen it, but I met your challenge, or my challenge to you guys. I ended up being able to create something thanks to your guys' help, because some of you guys were mentioning Cousin It and the sunglasses. So yesterday I made this card, and then I was telling you how in this direction, I felt like I could see a fire. And then if it was turned upside down, then all I could see was hair. So you guys said Cousin It. So I came up with this card today so that I could show you guys the what I came up with for Cousin It. So I'll give you guys an up close version, but it's on my page too if you want to see a photo of it. But that was the Cousin It that I came up with. And then Michelle made a good suggestion to put a hat on it. So I think there might even be a hat in that die set. That's from the Hippo dies, the sunglasses. And then just to refresh your memory on where the fire or the die for that came. Oh, I don't have it in here. I took it off to go die cut things. It's from the Desert Details die set. This is on sale for $18.80. And I used the succulent, the snake plant, to make the flame and the hair. I feel like now I need to make an actual succulent plant card to share with you guys. So I'll probably just follow the same sketch again and then come up with a succulent now that I've done everything other than its original intent. So there we go. And the Let the Fun Begin is actually from the coordinating stamp set. I'll show you guys that one here too. It's this one here from Desert Details. The stamp set's not on sale though, so the dies are super appealing because they are such a great price. Okay, so let's get started. I'll show you guys the supplies that I have, and then I will make this card for you. This one here, I'll give you guys a creative challenge as well at the end for this one to create something with this sketch or with these products if you have them. So I have a thick white card base. It is 4 1/4 by 11. I have a gingham embossed layer of basic white. This is actually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to cut this down and I'll show you guys what I'm going to do with the leftover piece that I'm cutting off of that. That's the gingham folder. It is on clearance. That's this one here. This is another one of my go-to items that I'm going to miss once it's gone. This one is on clearance for 60% off, down to $4.10. If you don't have this one for me is a nice staple, especially after we lost the subtle folder and then the texture one from last year. This one's a go-to. I'm gonna have to figure out a new go-to. Then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 that's going to go on the inside here. I have a 5/8 by 5 1/4 of the bubble gum that's coming up. I have pre-die cut 3 of these stitched rectangles. So the stitched rectangles, if you don't already own them, are these dies here. Ramona, these are those sleeves I got from you. I love them for holding the ones that I use all the time. As you can see, that means I use these all the time. I'm gonna miss them. They don't ever go back in the shelf. They just stay on a little stand that I have right beside where I work because I use them that much. They are on clearance as well. They are 30% off, down to $33.60. The product numbers are all in the description of the video, and I just checked inventory on these before I went live, and they were all still showing as in stock when I checked there. Then I have these little flowers, and it looks like I might have lost one, so I may have to run and die cut one more unless they have fallen here. But anyway, I'll bring these up close to show you. So these are from the brushed bouquet dies. The stamp is sold out, and it was sold out when I purchased these, but I really liked the detail. I'm trying to get this on an angle so that you guys can see the embossed detail. Can you guys see that? How it's got all that texture in there in both the leaves and in the flowers. And then again in these ones here that I put on the inside. So those ones are on clearance for 60% off, down to $17.60. Those ones I feel like are another really great price, and I'm going to bring those in to show you guys as well. So all of these have all this really nice texture. There's only a few that actually coordinate with the stamp set, so I don't feel like I was missing out on too much by not being able to get the stamp set, but I really loved the texture in the dies themselves. So that's another deeply discounted item. And then I'm going to use these gems. They are the opaque adhesive back gems. They're in the spring catalog. So are the brush bouquet dies, actually. The first 2 items were from the annual catalog. The second 2 are from the spring catalog. But the opaque adhesive back gems have these really pretty, they're kind of like shimmery the way that they are cut. And you get all of these in there. They are also on clearance. They are 20% off, down to $8.80. So you get tons of those on there. And these white are going to be a favorite of mine. I feel like I need to order more of those before they're gone. I love just a classic embellishment that will go with just about anything. Okay, so I am going to actually just, there's my one missing one. And I actually have my other one right here. So oh yeah, I am missing one, but I'll ask a helper to do that for me while we're here. All right, so I have pre-die cut these in, again, Berry Burst, Pool Party, Bubblegum. The leaves are in Lemon Lime Twist. If you had Parakeet Party, that would work really well though too. And then the inside one is Coastal Cabana, just so that you could see how well it also goes with that. Or if you've got some of that Bermuda Bay before it was gone, that would also work. All right, so there's very little stamping here, just the greeting. And the greeting I was going to show you is a sneak peek from Timeless Arrangements. So this is coming up in the new catalog. It has all of these really nice greetings. and some really pretty just silhouette stems that you have there. And then you get some really nice dies. I have used these on some sneak peek projects that I've shared already. We're going to be using these with it's the birthday class that we're going to be using these in. So you get these nice floral arrangements that go around your greetings, and then different greeting shapes as well, and then more of the stems and blooms. This one I think will be a favorite. I think I'm going to have to do a class featuring this one, maybe Stamp Club. So that one is a good one to add to your collection. All right. If I should tell you guys which size this is in case this is a style that you want to copy. This one comes from, this is how I have mine arranged on my magnet sheet. I don't know how you guys arrange yours, but these three here that nest together, it's the middle one. So that's in case that helps. If you align them, if you just throw them all in your package, I don't really know how to direct you as to which one it is, but these ones all layer nicely and these ones layer nicely, so it's the middle size there. The flower dies are really pretty. I had completely overlooked those, but I just loved the texture in the flowers when I saw them in the catalog, when I was marking up my catalog for what's retiring, and that was what made me want them. I placed a few orders before I finally decided on them, and they just came maybe even today or yesterday. I've made a few things with stuff that just arrived. Okay, so I'm gonna be just 1 second. I just need to steal the die that this one here is the one. I'm just gonna hand it off in the other room and have somebody cut that for me, and I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so I feel like this is totally a cheater way of doing this because there's like no stamping involved. I have to just grab one other thing. My apologies, everyone. There's only one other little bit of ink on here, and I had forgotten this. So my Pool Party blends, and now I've got everything that I need. Okay, so I am using this very simple thank you from Timeless Arrangements, and I'm going to just stamp that. I'm trying so hard not to get my head in your guys' view. So that'll just stamp down in this bottom corner. There we go. I love polymer stamps for that purpose. And then I'm going to, as you can see from the glare, this is a laminated mat. I'm actually going to move that card a little bit out of the way. So I can do this on here, and then I can just wipe it off later. So if you have a laminated mat, you can just take rubbing alcohol and clean it up after, and then it will get rid of any blends that you have there. I'm actually just going to do one at a time. So I'm just gently flicking my blends over that, just so that I have just a little bit of color on this side of each rectangle. I don't need to bother doing it behind where the flower is, but then that way it's not quite so white. So I'll bring that closer so you guys can see. Hopefully that is not too close. Winter is revisiting here, unfortunately. I'm not thrilled about it, but at least it's a good excuse to stay inside and not have to be outside. We still have some mud to get cleared out from the foundation work that was done. So it's gonna be wet all over again, which is a bit unfortunate, but oh well. At least the basement's not leaking, right? That's the plus in all of that. Can't complain about that. Okay, so I also need to cut this piece down. So usually, like, you can do it your full size. I don't often do the embossed layer the full size of the card, but I embossed this piece the full size so that what I trim off, I can use here. So often I'll put DSP or something like that on the inside, but it has never dawned on me to put an embossed piece. So I thought, well, why not use that extra little bit? And then that way I could use, I had cut lots of extra flowers so I could play around with colors. And they were so pretty, I wanted to use them on the inside. And then I had this extra piece sitting here, so I decided to use that on the inside as well. Often when you're cutting down your pieces to 4 by 5 1/4 for matting on the front, you end up with a 1/2 inch strip of white. If you're like me, you've got a drawer full of those 1/2 inch strips of white. So this was a way to use some of that up. So just wanted to share that tip with you guys. And then I'm going to layer that little 1/2 inch strip onto this little piece of the bubble gum. Okay, so I want to just, this isn't a traditional 4 by 5 1/4. I went a little narrower, so it's not a perfectly even mat. So it is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Do you guys have lots of snow there, Tracy? I saw, oh gosh, somewhere in Saskatchewan had a lot of snow, like 30 centimeters the other day. I have a teammate that was going to be heading that way, so I sent her a photo, like, be careful. So that's the 1/2 inch strip now that I can use on the inside there. And I just want to measure the height of my piece here and see if I need to cut off. Yes, I need to take off 1/4 inch from here. Oh no, my brother is there as well. He lives where you do. And so this piece here, I'm off camera just cutting it down to 5 1/4. Unfortunately, this one doesn't go that wide. I wish that this one was a 6 by 6 cutter. That would be perfect, but that's okay. I'll take this one. All right, so I have 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then I have my 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Oh my gosh, the roads were closed there. That is brutal. Okay, now I need to use, okay, I have an old sheet of dimensionals and I'm going to just use them. So I'm going to cut these in half. See how many of them I need. So I'm going to take all of my little rectangles here, and we're going to just put 1/2 dimensionals in each corner. And then another little piece, I went and snipped them all in half and now they're coming apart. Does that ever happen to you guys? So now it's going to be a little harder to get the backings off. So are you staying indoors and crafting then, Tracy? I feel like I should have taken a photo of the supplies and let this be mystery stamping. This would have been a good one to do mystery stamping. It's been a very long time. I forgot about mystery stamping actually. So I think I need to do some mystery stamping. Would any of you be up for that? Let me know if you would like to do mystery stamping again. And we could arrange that. There we go. Sorry, this is the tedious part that you get to watch here. Oh, you did? What did you get for your pre-order? I always love knowing what other people got. We can't all like the same things, right? I keep joking with a friend who's not a fan of the citrus bundle and sending her projects, but it's okay. It's all good that we just don't. The world would be boring if we all liked exactly the same things. So mystery stamping, Amber, is where I share what supplies I would use ahead of time. So I would lay out all the supplies for this project, take a photo of them, give you the measurements, but I would do it in black and white, so you wouldn't see what color scheme or anything like that I'm using, and my card would not be in the photo. So I would just lay all this out like this, and you would get to see basically what the contents of my card would be. So I would put all of this in here. I would take a photo and then list the measurements of them and post that photo ahead of time so that you guys would know what sizes of pieces to gather. And then when I go live, you had to have your pieces with you at home while you're watching, and you would make your own project as well. Countryside Inn, and like, I don't have those ones. So see, look at that. You got everything different than what I did, but people are changing my mind on them, that's for sure. So Amber, let me know if that made sense. And if not, then I will try to explain that again. But yeah, that is what mystery stamping is. So now I need to, this part's going to be a little bit tricky because I need to do this without getting my head in your way. So I will do what's called dry fitting these first. So that's where you just lay them out and make sure that everything fits. I did mystery stamping fairly regularly last spring, and then, well, life just got chaotic, so I haven't done it. I would do it with my team too, but we haven't had a chance to do it lately. So it would be fun to get back to that. All right, so I'm gonna have to stand up and have a look at this, but I just do like a quick dry fit and see if things are all fitting properly, and then you actually adhere them. I actually heard that term dry fit used in the like construction, I guess, industry. I was watching a home improvement show and they were talking about dry fitting the kitchen, like putting all the cabinets in place without actually mounting them before they did the mounting. And that made perfect sense because we did our kitchen as well. And that was my request, except for I wasn't smart enough to use the term dry fit, which is silly because that's exactly what we do in crafting, right? Made sense to me though. I try to do the outside ones first and then come to the middle one so that you can kind of use your outer ones as a guide. Some people might start in the middle and work their way out, but whatever works for you. Now I've got to try to stand up again, and I don't know why, but I've been having an extremely hard time getting things straight lately. They look straight, and then I hold my project up at the end, and there's whatever main piece is all crooked. So we'll see if this looks right in the end. Oh, it's a little off. This bottom one's a little off. It's got to move a bit. I didn't press them really firm, so it's got a little bit of wiggle room. And then this one's got to come down a little. Just bear with me. Hopefully that's good. All right. Yeah, mystery stamping is lots of fun. Now, these guys here are going to go on with dimensionals. And let's see which way I put these. There we go. And I've got my mini dimensionals for these. If you missed the beginning where I was using the die, where I showed you these up close, they've got this nice texture to them. I feel like these are a really quick, easy way to get a lot of wow on a project without having to go into a lot of work. Like I said, there's just super minimal stamping, the greeting, and that's it. Hopefully that's not too little for you guys. That's got to go a little bit higher. There we go. Do any of you have these dies? Tracy, did you get them while they were, before they retired? I feel like they would still be really pretty with the stamps, but I didn't want to miss them just because they weren't going to have the stamps, since the stamps had already sold out. There's quite a few stamps that sold out really fast. Okay, so that's it for dimensionals. And then I just want to show you guys something. I'm sure a lot of us have these little stands for our glue, and I find that they are a great place to throw my roll of glue dots so that they don't take off on me. Just thought I'd show you guys that while I'm reaching for them while they're on there. Okay, now I have all kinds of these little leaves. This again is from that die set. Unfortunately, there is only one die of that. Sometimes we get 2 or 3 of the leaves, but that one just had 1. So I just placed the leaves in different places. This one's a little too high. I did these ones kind of like that, and then for the pool party I did the 2 on the bottom just so they weren't all exactly the same, and then just tucked these in here afterwards. So you got to try to make sure that your dimensionals aren't going to end up right in the way. Mine are kind of in the way, but that's all right. This one I feel like is going to be cute. They do always hide. I'm always looking for my roll of glue dots, and they get hidden underneath a sheet of dimensionals is usually what happens. And then I can't find them. So now I try to always remember to just throw them back on my Tombow holder so that they are easy to find. Glue dots are like the best thing. I go in phases of remembering to use Tombow, but glue dots and dimensionals always. All right, so that is most of that layer there. I'll bring that a little closer so you guys can see the texture of the gingham and then all of the flowers. Let me know if you're able to see that. Trying to get a view of that. There you go. You can see a little bit of that texture there in those flowers. It's a lot more wow in real life when it's right in front of you, I feel. Now, if you watch me normally, you know that you probably know what's coming next. This next step that I like to do. I like to just give a little bit of distressing to things, not always, but often. Especially if I'm doing tone on tone and it's what I feel is like a fairly simple project. I find that just a little bit of distressing gives it a little bit more detail. So now we can tape that down. I probably could just glue it, but I also like to tape things when I've embossed that layer. I don't know why. The one yesterday was because it makes it, it's a lot more pliable, the layer of cardstock. So I don't like it when you see the edge crinkled up if I don't fully tape down the whole side, but the gingham one is probably safe to not tape. I'm just in the habit of it. There we go. Make sure my card is opening the right way. Where in the, well, I shouldn't assume in Canada. I'm guessing that most of you are in Canada or here. What is the weather like where all of you guys are? Definitely, probably not as bad as, nowhere, it can't be as bad as you guys, Tracy, if your highways were closed. We just have a thin coating on the yard now. Up until now, it's just been melting as it hits, but not anymore. There we go. So that is adhered down. And then before I embellish the front, I am going to put the inside layer in. So I'll just open this back up so you can see the inside layer. I will actually post the photos of this. I've already taken photos. So I will post those. And then you guys can, if you want to do the creative challenge, then you can post your photos along with it. So you can either follow the sketch or use these products. So if you want to use the stitched rectangles or the brush bouquet or even the gingham folder or the sketch. So any of those will qualify you. And if you guys want to go back and quickly add any projects on any of the past creative challenges, I will give till the end of tomorrow for the creative challenges, but I'm going to do the share draws. I'm going to try to tally those up tonight, but till tomorrow you can still enter the creative challenges if you are up for those. I'm actually going to run and grab, I feel like I need to do this. Yeah, I need to run and grab the 6 inches. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna run and grab the bubble gum. That piece isn't long enough, so I apologize. I've gotta run and grab that so that I can cut a piece real quick. So I apologize. Hang tight and I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. So are you guys excited for bubblegum? The color? Sorry for my... Okay, so we need the extension. I love this cutter. This is not one that I'll ever get rid of. I use this one mostly. So this is 5/8 by 5 1/4. That's what I need, and I just need to make sure that this one is indeed, the other one was probably long enough, it was that this white piece was way too long. So 5 1/4 by 4. Probably would have been okay. I try to have all the prepping done ahead of time. Bubble bath, that's your favorite, Linda. That's good. It's a nice pink. Okay, so what did I do here? That is not, that's big enough. So it's this one that is too long. I need to trim this one down to 5 1/4. Sorry, you guys have got to hang out while I clean up these pieces. This way I guess you get to see what size things actually are, right? Okay, so 5 1/4. So I'll review the measurements of these pieces for you, just so that if you guys want to decorate the inside, and if you decorate the inside of your card and post it for this creative challenge, I'll give you an extra entry. So if you decorate the inside, that earns you one more. All right, so this is 4 by 5 1/4. My little layered strip is 5/8 by 5 1/4. And then my textured piece that was an offcut from this textured piece on the front is a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. So just let me know if that makes sense. And I can answer any questions if you guys are unsure. So those I'm going to layer on here, and these I will just go ahead and use Tombow. And that was just a real quick dry fit, laying those out on there to make sure that they're gonna work. I can still trim up any edges if needed while we're going. And I actually don't want quite that much of a reveal of bubble gum. So I am going to trim just a little bit off of there. And when I'm trimming just a tiny bit, that's when I tend to grab this little cutter, because I find I can get a nice clean cut with the little one. It's easier to grip. Now that little piece of bubble gum went somewhere. Now I can adhere this one down to here. What day do you guys think mystery stamping would be good? And I use just a really thin bead, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to adhesive eraser that, which of course isn't in here, but look at that. There is, actually I do have one right here. I have multiple adhesive erasers. This one's really kind of gross, but I'm gonna just wipe off the majority. So now you guys get to see how to correct this. There's usually a reason for me making mistakes. A Wednesday is a good mystery stamping day. So now that I have that glue there, if you have one of these, your project is not ruined. So then I just take this. Please tell me whether or not you guys have an adhesive eraser. I'll show you this in just a second, and you will see how, you just want to make sure you hold it steady, because I am erasing pretty hard on there and I don't want my cardstock to bend. So there we go. It is all gone. Nice and clean. There's one little bit on the side there. So actually yesterday when I was on the video with you guys, I made the fire. There were a couple little dots of glue that were showing afterwards. So I just took my adhesive eraser. Looks like the feed paused. Are we good? Let me know if it's still playing for you guys. It showed that it had paused on my end. Looks like it keeps pausing. Okay, looks like it's back. You have one. It is very handy for a Tombow mess. So with the adhesive eraser, I'm not sure if it's still playing. Let's see here. I was able to clean up my fire card afterwards. What is going on here? Just let me know if you guys keep having the feed cut out on you. Looks like it's back, but let me know if it's back for you guys. So what I was saying is that I had a few little dots of glue that were showing on my flame. So afterwards I just took the adhesive eraser and cleaned them up. Man, it looks so blurry on my end. I hope it's not looking that bad for you guys. I am going to move this. It paused again. I'm so sorry that it seems to be cutting out. There's a little bit of glue there actually too. There we go. Anyway, I will keep going, but I'm just watching for comments for you guys to let me know how it's showing up on your end. All right, so I've got this here. Now for the inside of the card, I am not going to dimensional these because this is already creating enough bulk inside the card. I don't want to add more with dimensionals. So I'm going to bring my little glue dots back. And place these here. You could also add some extra texture to the flowers if you wanted to by inking them, but I didn't want to add more steps, especially for going live with you guys, impromptu kind of. So I tucked one in there. I actually had this arrangement on the front at first, and then it was just kind of too much, so I switched it back to one. So you could also do more flowers on the front if you found the front too plain. If this was just not enough for you, you could do this little cluster on the front. It looks blurry. Is it blurry for you guys? Let me know. I feel like it's blurry. So I'm going to switch this over here. That's the completed one. And now I'll take this one and put it on the inside here. And for this, I can just go ahead and use Tombow again. And I need to follow my own advice and throw that back on the Tombow holder. And for this, I just use a really thin amount. I don't like for it to leave, for you to be able to see where the glue is from the front. Sometimes you kind of see the line of glue if you go too heavy on it. So I just do a really thin bead around the edge and try not to cross over the middle. Yeah, it is blurry. Okay. Darn. I don't know what to do. Let me see if I can, if anything will help. Just, oh, now it says it's interrupted. So strange. It's too bad that it's all blurry. Is that any better, you guys? Oh my gosh. I accidentally flipped the view, so now you have the ceiling. Um, Here we go. I didn't know that tapping the camera would do that, so my apologies. You got a view of my head for a second. Oh man, and the ceiling. I'll wait for that to flip back over on your guys' end. It is flipped over on my end, but it is delayed on your end. Let me know if that's any better. No, it just went right back to blurry. Well, I'll put the embellishments on and hopefully you guys will get the gist of it. If you're still here, it was better though for like a half a second, right? Anyway, if you're still here and you want to play, let me know if you can still hear me, and then at least I can let you know, just remind you of the challenge and finish off where these embellishments go. I do have a picture again taken already, so I can post that photo. I know free shipping is done, but if there's any of these items that you guys want and you want them before they're gone, I will still have more orders going in before the 30th when everything is fully expired or retired. And I can add them for you. So I am just doing, oh, there was a third size. I didn't even see that there was a smaller size hiding up here. That's okay. I have used these two sizes, so that's fine. I'll stick with those. So I just went with large, medium, large, medium, large, medium with the embellishments, and that was how I chose to place those there. And then you can see that I have the slight spatter of Pool Party down the side of each of these. You could probably do like I did with the lemon card yesterday and switch one flower over to this side. I just wanted to keep this one simple, but that would probably work for you too. All right, so just a quick recap. If you want to play along with the creative challenge, when I post the photo of these cards, then you can come back and add a photo of your project. Your project can include either the products I've used or this layout, and then you get a bonus entry if you also decorate the inside of your card. So you'll have to take 2 photos, or if you take 1 photo, if you make 2 and show 1 your full card and 1 the inside, so basically lay it out like this, then you'd only have to take 1 photo, but you'd still get your 2 entries for doing the front and the inside. So that would work as well. I can't wait to see what you guys create. I hope that some of you will play along with that. It looks like the feed is a little bit better now. I'm sorry that it was so junky for a little bit there. And then the share challenge. If you want to share the video, come back and comment that you did. And I will do a draw for someone to receive one of these cards in the mail. I'm going to go back and catch up on the draws for sharing for the other videos as well. And I just want to remind you guys, if anybody is interested in Color Club, I have some of the samples to show you. So I just want to make sure. I have previously posted the link to register. If you missed it and you'd still like to register, you still can. So how it works is we'll meet once a month from May to September. Each month you'll get one of the 5 colors. It's $67.50. That gets you cardstock, the ink pad, the refill, blends, ribbon, twine. Oh my gosh, the DSP. Gets you pretty much everything in the in colors. 1 color a month for the 5 months. And then we get together on Zoom and make the projects. So the first month will include, it won't include, sorry, it'll be an optional add-on for the Cheerful Daisies. So this is one of the projects we make. So let's say you got boho blue, you would get everything in boho blue, and then you'd make this card. The other people would make the card in their color. We will do a second card, and then I'm going to make a card for you. So I just actually got the supplies to make the second card, so I'll be designing those soon. So this will be month 1. It'll feature Cheerful Daisies as an add-on. It's optional. You don't have to get the Cheerful Daisies. You could just swap out this flower stamp for something else you have in your collection. So if that interests you, it's a good way to get the color collection without having to buy it all at once. Then month 2, we are going to use the Thoughtful Branches bundle. So again, you'd still get all the same supplies. You don't have to get Thoughtful Branches if you have a different stamp set that you want to use at home that you could use in place of Thoughtful Branches. You can totally do that and then just stick to the basic $67.50 and get all of your supplies. Yeah, I love the new colors too, Linda. They're very pretty. I was a little unsure when I first saw them, but then getting them, I really love how they work together. I like earthy colors, so these ones work well for me. I love these 3 here especially. But yeah, so we're gonna make these ones together. There'll be a second one, and then I'll make one for you. So we will place the order May 1st. So if you're interested in that, just let me know, and then I can send you the link and you can sign up to do the In Color Club. If you can't join the night that we do the Zoom session, they'll all be aired to a private Facebook group. So then you can always go back and rewatch the videos whenever it works for you to make the projects, or you can just use the supplies for something else too. So that is In Color Club. If you are interested in the Sweet Citrus, you can still get in on that as well. So I'm going to be chatting with everybody who is currently in the club to pick the date to catch up on that. And I can keep you posted if you're interested. So those are what's currently designed. And then Bingo will be coming up. So if Bingo interests you, I can message you guys about that as well. All right. Does anyone have any questions before we go? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's the one that we did tonight. If you're just getting here, that's again the brush bouquet. If you're interested in any of those products, just message me. I'll go back through the comments. I don't think I saw that anyone that's watching currently needed any of those. If I missed your comment, just let me know. Sometimes they don't show up live. They will come in later, and notifications have been very wonky lately. But I can still get those products for you if you'd like on a group order so that you don't have to pay the higher shipping fee. But thank you again so much for you guys joining in today, and I will update you guys on when I'll go live again and when I'll do mystery stamping. But I will probably try to do a few more regular lives up until the 30th at least, so that you guys can see as much of the retiring product before it leaves, because I've got a lot of it to use before it retires. All right. Send you the info about Bingo. Yes, definitely. I'll do that, Amber. Thank you for asking. All right. I have to still put it together, so I don't have it ready just yet, but I'm hoping to get them designed tonight, and then I can let you know about that. Okay. Well, thanks very much, guys. I'm glad you guys could join in. I will stamp with you guys again soon.